Hey, thanks for stopping by. My name is Brandon. Seaworld Orlando is going to change forever in 2028 because there's a very good chance one of these attractions will be coming to the park. These ride concepts, along with the questionable artwork, come from a survey sent out by Seaworld Orlando. We're going to start out strong with the tallest option, the giga coaster. This giga concept is the same one that was presented in the Busch Gardens Tampa survey, which I've previously made a video on if you want to learn more about that. The key difference is that the track is blue, and there's an awesome pirate ship. The ride will apparently dive into this ship for its finale, which sounds incredible. The queue would be rugged island themed. Not sure what that means, but it sounds cool. The alternative giga concept lacks theming, but makes up for that with added height and speed. Text claims this to be the tallest continuous circuit coaster in the US. This means it would be taller and faster than the critically acclaimed Fury 325. This would be a strong addition to the absolutely stacked Orlando coaster scene. Between the two, I would actually go with the smaller themed version, as I feel the theming is essential for Orlando-based parks. A dive through a ship into the water also sounds too good to pass up. Next option on the survey was actually an update to Journey to Atlantis. Apparently there's going to be a volcano in the update, which sounds kind of weird, but I like volcanoes, so that got me even more excited. There are actually very strong rumors that this is getting finalized now, so look forward to seeing this much needed update sometime next year. Next option is the B&M Wing Coaster. First iteration appears to be unthemed and not above the water. This saddens me. It claims it would be the tallest wing in the southeast, but for this kind of ride, I find the spectacle will be a better selling point than the sheer size. The second iteration has an oceanside theme where you're climbing onto the wings of a pelican. This is awesome because it lets me pretend to be the fish from Finding Nemo in that one scene. Riding above the water adds a lot to the thrill, and the theming of the rockwork as well as the cool weathered sign make this a genuinely intriguing option. No contest, I would take the themed wing coaster here, even if it was smaller in size. The next two items are not rides, but they're worth showing because they're incredible looking animal exhibits. First option is a 3-story aquarium made to look like the inside of a cavern. This is claimed to be the largest aquarium in the US with a massive 6 million gallons of water. Verticality and scope of this concept looks truly impressive. Next animal exhibit is a refurbished sea lion habitat with an underwater viewing tunnel. Sea Lion Cove is actually my favorite area of the park, so I'd love to see this area expanded upon. Shark Tunnel is one of the coolest things in the park, so the more viewing tunnels the better. If I had to choose one or the other though, it'd be the Mega Aquarium if the final product could look similar to the concept image. Next option is a family dark ride. Iteration 1 is you riding in a Jeep and observing animals doing hilarious things such as brushing their hair and doing yoga. Sounds incredibly corny, but maybe the kids would enjoy it. Iteration 2 is unintentionally hilarious as the ride has you shooting the animals. Apparently you're shooting food to them, but look at this seal. He has an aiming laser pointed directly at his head. I don't think the optics on this one would be particularly good for the park, so I would choose this silly Jeep ride with kooky critters. The next and final option is the one I find most compelling for this park. This indoor launch coaster concept claims to be the tallest indoor multi-launch in the US and has a revolutionary launch never before seen in the world. The ride would also feature onboard audio that can be changed for holidays and special events. The second iteration is similar to the first, and that is an indoor multi-launch coaster with music that can be changed seasonally. The key differences are that this one does not claim to be the tallest in the US, does not claim to have a revolutionary launch, and it appears to have very heavy theming. The story for this ride is that you happen upon an oceanic dig site full of prehistoric fossils that houses a time travel portal. This portal launches the riders into an ancient ocean full of massive sharks and sea monsters. I think this is an awesome premise for a ride. During an information session about the Vekoma dark ride currently being constructed at the park, SeaWorld officials hinted at the fact that this could very likely be the beginning of a bright partnership with Vekoma. Given this, I am leaning towards the ride being a Vekoma multi-launch, similar to Abyssus. The ride wouldn't have the tall top hat if it were inside, but it could have a series of airtime pops and quick inversions. Between the two concepts for this ride, I would choose the one with the heavy theming, as I believe the theming elements would make the ride feel more visceral and intense, and would challenge Mako for best roller coaster in the park. Going by my personal preference, here's how I would rank my desire for each attraction to be installed at the park. Mind you, I actually think all these attractions are excellent, so even the items towards the bottom would be welcome additions. In last place is the Family Dark Ride. Seaquest is a dark ride currently being installed at the park that seems more interesting. The two options presented feel corny, and I don't think either would be received super well. In fifth place is the Wing Coaster. I think there are other ride types that could serve the park better, and maybe controversially, I think the park needs more roller coasters with 42-inch ride requirements. I actually do think this would be very nice looking, especially if it were made into an entry coaster at the front of the park. so I'd welcome its addition. In fourth place is the Journey to Atlantis retheme. I am thrilled that this is more than likely happening, as this ride was a marvel when all of its effects used to function. The only reason this is not higher is that, being a water attraction, it's not something to do every time I'm at the park. In third place is either, or hopefully both, of the animal exhibits. I love the rides at this park, but the animals always have and probably always will be the big draw for families with children to come to the park. Both these exhibits look stunning and provide the majority of guests the main thing they came to the park for, in a way that every age is able to experience. In second place for me is the Giga. This was my overwhelming choice for Busch Gardens Tampa, but for SeaWorld it's a little different. The park already has Mako, which is an elite B&M hyper, and although these two models do have slight differences, they very much fill a similar role for a park. Of course, I would be thrilled if a Giga was built in Orlando, but I just think there are other models that would make more sense for SeaWorld specifically. My number one choice out of these options is the indoor launch coaster. Being indoors is already a massive boost for this ride, but the entire package is just so compelling. The theme of an ancient ocean with monstrous creatures is intriguing. The launch being the train pulled through a portal is creative. Dynamic onboard audio paired with all of this is the cherry on top that would make this a real draw in the increasingly competitive roller coaster market of Orlando. At least in theory, this has all the ingredients for a truly special ride, especially if vekoma would be the ones in charge of the project.